YouTube, welcome to Teach Me Golden, where I help you get gooder at life. Today I'm going to make understanding the debate as easy as coloring inside the lines on a children's coloring book. Let's go! Generally, I like to stay away from politics, but tonight was just so crazy I couldn't resist. In this video, I'm going to share my biggest #1 takeaway from tonight. In this channel, I strive to make you gooder at life. In this video, we're going to talk about how your words have impact and meaning on others. So let's get into it. So we all have things that we're super passionate about when it comes to politics. You might be super pumped about the economy, social justice issues, the environment, or a variety of other topics. The order that you put these things in generally will sway your vote one way or the other. In my opinion, there's a list of things that President Trump does really well. There's also a list of things that he doesn't do well. Obvi. As a Canadian who invests heavily in the American economy, I really appreciate how Donald Trump has handled the money and handled the economy situation, and it's done really good things for the stock markets. On the other side, I'm not pleased with a lot of the other things he's done. I'm not going to get into all the pros and cons. Aside from the countless interrupting.
Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now.
Are you going to pack the
Make
court?
sure you, in fact, let people know
He doesn't want
you're a
to answer the
senator.
question.
I'm not going to answer the question
Why
because
wouldn't you answer that
because
question?
the question
You want to put
is
a lot of new Supreme Court justices, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is?
Here's my biggest takeaway from the debate. I'm going to play the clip that stuck out to me and then explain it to you as if you were a 5-year-old.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm willing
prepared to
do
specifically
that, but
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
White
name. Go ahead.
supremacists and
Who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left, because this is not a right-wing problem. This is a left-wing.
FBI director
This is a left-wing problem.
White supremacists. Antifa's an idea, not an organization.
Oh, you gotta be
not
kidding.
militia. That's what
Oh, really?
his
It's an idea.
FBI. His FBI director
Gentlemen,
said.
Well,
we're
then
gonna,
you know what? He's
we're
wrong.
done.
Oh dear, I'm actually kind of speechless, but I'm not. So I'm going to read this off the page from Chris Wallace. He asks, are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say they need to stand down? It's basically like saying, hey Tyler, do you think white supremacists should be disliked? Someone just asked me that. If I paused and just changed the subject and put blame on something else, that's not good.
But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
In a question like this, there should absolutely 100% be no hesitation. The fact that disliking or ending groups that are racist is even a debate in the year 2020 is an absolute disgrace. It's disgusting. Hey, random person watching on YouTube, do you think the KKK is bad? Do you think white people should dominate all people of color? Hey, are you willing to condemn the KKK?
This is a left-wing problem.
I kind of liked all that slavery stuff that the KKK did back in the day, you know, that was kind of worked out well for me. The fact that he couldn't even answer the question straight up is incredibly alarming. The fact that he didn't answer this question straight up also tells me that he knows where his votes are coming from. Probably a lot of white people that don't like black people. I'm not saying that Donald Trump's racist, even though he kind of is. He might actually be incredibly smart for not saying this because, unfortunately, he knows where a lot of his votes are coming from. And he's smart enough not to say this because he might lose a lot of those white supremacist types of votes. To me, if you're going to run for president, you got to stay true to yourself and you got to fight anything that's evil, anything that is bad, anything that is negative, and you got to stand up for things that are good. And if you can't straight up answer this question, that's super, super embarrassing. Maybe you're somebody watching this and you don't really think about this and you don't really value social justice types of issues. Well, this might not actually sway your vote, but you might be somebody watching this and this is high on your list. Well, something like this not only sway your vote, but sway the way people generally think about you. People already slam on presidents and people of power all the time, but the fact that you can't even denounce those groups when they repeatedly ask you to,
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
really shows a lot about your character. Not only are you measured by what you say, but you're measured a lot by what you don't say. The other thing that's interesting is he says, Proud Boys, I'm assuming he's talking about white supremacists, stand back and stand by. Right off the hop, I was like, oh, stand back. Like, yo, hey, yo, back off! Like, back up! Back up! Then he says, stand by. Stand by for what? Like some crazy military call? Stand by because, hey, we might need you to go and roam the streets with some AK-47s and really protect the city. Like, what does this mean? How does this instill calmness in people? It doesn't. Man, American politics are super interesting. Obviously in the debate there were way more takeaways from this, but to me, after watching this slugfest go on, that really stuck out to me. What are some things from the debate that stuck out to you? Maybe it's the part that I showed you, maybe it's something entirely different. These are obviously my opinions of his opinions, and you don't have to necessarily agree with them. It's all good. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you had a better night than I did, because I feel like I just wasted an hour and a half of my time. So anyways, have a good night.